Right, here we are on my latest project. Base cabinets for my new 15-inch 800 watts Fane Colossus subwoofers, the brand. Proper job. So I've just cut the MDF on the saw. So I'm just going to assemble it all out. I need to cut the all out for the speakers to drop in with the router, so I'm going to route that out, route the circle out, and then I'll come back to you over and out. Right folks, here we are back on with these, my cabinets for these Fane 15 XB 800 watt bass speakers. So the MDF's cut, we're just putting the holes in now. I've had to make a router, or adjust the router, so we can cut the holes in. So we've had to put these bits on here, look, these sort of screw rod bits. That's the router head, 6mm bit. That will go into there. We'll fasten that to the centre line there, and then we'll end up with this. That's what we'll end up with, and that's the front panel for the big speaker to go in. So I'm just going to set it up, and then I'll do a little bit of video while it's sort of cutting, and you can get the general gist. Right, so we'll go. There's the router set up. That'll go around there. Cut the circle out, well in theory anyway, so we're just going to start it up. So just a minute.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. So you're really looking for a new start and something else, aren't you? Well, I could actually talk about next pattern.
Right, so there's a circle cut. Bring on it with a router. So we'll just lift this out now with the circle bit on. There we go. One circle. Just needs a bit of filing up, and then we'll drop the speaker in. Back in a more. Right, so there we are. The hole's cut. I've got that ready to go on, just to try on. Just sat on the board. I've just polished it out with this little tool here. A sort of emery oil. You just go around there with it like that. I can't do it now because I'm trying to film as well. And then that'll just go around and then just sort of polish the circle out. So we'll just try it on the job. Just 1 minute. Perfect. We'd love to see that. So my next job now is going to put some vent holes in here. 1, 2, 3 with some tubes in. Then we're going to strengthen this up and make the box. This will be quite weak. This is mega heavy. No doubt when we get it ready for the lads, it should. I've got 4 of these. So on powered by 2 PEVI 2600 watt amps, so it's really going to shake the windows, to be fair, and it'll keep my bass player and drummer happy. Over and out. Right folks, the holes are cut, so I'm just marking out now for the internal ports, which will just give it a bit more outlet, because I don't want to sort of blow the job with them heavy speakers, because they're expensive to replace, so we'll put extra porting in here. So I'm just going to open the holes out. So to do this, I've had to make this arbor, because I never done anything to all this sort of counterbore drill, so I've just knocked this up in the lathe. So this will help us do the big holes, and then we can sort of start assembly once I've got the handle holes in. Right, I'll be back in a minute. Right, so there's the holes, so I'm going to take it off the bench and just drill through the other side, and that'll give us the holes. Right, back in a minute. Right folks, these are the sides. I've just routed these out. We've got 4 routes to do. Use the router there, look. Standard router. Just use a sort of piece of MDF to sort of guard against. In theory we should make a nice sort of jig, but this will do for our purposes unless we start doing 100 at a time. Right, there's the handle. That's the side handle. There, look. So that will go in there. And that'll be the cabinet side. So this is going to come out now. There, look. We'll file it out and make sure the handle fits. And we'll let that in there. So when I get all 4 of these done, I'll come back and we'll start the assembly. Over and out. Right folks, here we are at the sort of loose assembly point. Everything's sort of cut. I've just got to glue everything up and then fit the speaker. The porting's in. There, look. And then I've made the inside removable so that I can work on the speaker if I have to. Just 1 minute, just pull it. It just pulls out, look. Slides out there, look. And then we can just work on the speaker if we need to, and then just push it back in the housing and then bolt it up. You pull it out a bit more. Just slides out, you see. And there's all the workings in there. And then the top acts as ports for the sound in the back of the speaker. So once I've got it sort of glued up, and then the sort of like the main sort of speaker fitted, then I'll come back to you. But looking good up to now. Over and out. Right folks, this is the sort of MDF joinery bit finished. It's all sanded up. Camp something that sort of screws in. Holes in for the back of the connectors there, look, and routed out. Base tubes in. Ports in at the top. Supports for the back of the sort of frames. The 800 watts speakers we'll be using. So they should really belt it out. So my next job now really is to just prepare it up, put some PVA on these joints just to seal them, and then we'll put some paint on the top of it. So when they're painted, I'll come back to you. I've made this so it just slides in and out, which is easy for servicing. Just push it in or out, and then you just fasten it in with the side screws there. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then the handles go in then. So, over and out for now. Right folks, we're just sealing all the edges up on the MDF. Basically what you do is just wire all the edges where it's been machined. Like there, look. Just wire wall it up, and then you get your PVA, which is this stuff, polyvinyl alcohol. Mix it to sort of milk. There. If you can see it there, look, it's a sort of milky, a real sort of thin milk. Set your compressor low. Just bear with me. And then what you do is just go around your edges or where you've been sanding and just do the edge like that, look. You leave it to dry, don't put too much on because it'll just run off. Let it be water based. Same again. Right folks, we've just put the coating on the outsides of the sort of speaker boxes. It's literally just the sort of auto sort of car stone chip, just to give it the mottle effect like Tolex, which is that stuff there. So just your common garden sort of stone chip, and the front faces we've done in white paint. So by the time we get the sort of black speaker in there, it'll look nice, black in there. Get the badge on there when it's all done. So over and out for now. I'll be back when I'm assembling. Over and out. Right folks, here we are. This is the basic cabinets, painted, assembled, ready for the wires to go in. We're going to put foam in the back of here, just to hold the sort of magnets, give it a bit of support, and probably put some insulation in as well. Pack it up with insulation, and should be pretty good. A couple of smart cabinets for well, probably 90 quid with the handles, which is good really. Over and out for now. Right folks, here we go, final assembly. That's the front of the cabinet, and that's going to slide into that box there. Then we'll just hang the wires in. So it just literally slides in, so I'm back in a minute. Right, here goes. Sorry about the videoing. Go into that, it's pretty heavy as well. Don't make joiners like they used to, do they? If Noel Gallagher's watching this, no, I ain't making you any base cabinets because I'm too busy. Over and out for now, back with the test soon. Right folks, there's a finished item. That's 2 cabinets. These cabs are 850 watts each at 8 ohms. I've got another 2 in the house that I made about 4 months ago. They're another 500 watt piece, so we've got 1500 watts, well no, 12 and a half, 1300 watts aside at 8 ohms, so about 2,500 watt overall, which should really melt the scars really. So what I'll do is, once I get everything wired up, then we'll put a test on with the full PA, and then you can see the full PA working, but that won't be just yet, so I've got a few more bits to make. But they're the speakers. They really will melt the scars then when they're cranked up. So job done, over and out for now. Thanks for looking.